Show, and I'm excited to welcome, and we're going to talk about Corey Hardrick. Corey, thanks for stopping by. We are going to talk about Tyler Perry's Divorce in the Black. Again, Corey, thanks for stopping by, man. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm in New York City, like on the 50th floor, overlooking the skyscrapers and the water. I'm blessed, man. Not a better feeling in the world. Great premiere last night, so I'm very grateful. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. So, when we're going to talk about specifically enough, anytime, your career, you've had some pretty amazing stuff already, but to get to work with Tyler Perry, it's got to be amazing, right?
It is amazing. I mean, it was a dream come true. I DM'd him like a year ago, maybe like a year and a half ago, and said, I would love to work with you one day, even though he never seen it. It was on red, so, but, and then to get the call from him, to do this film, and I didn't know him. I mean, my sister Megan Good, who's the co-star of the film, had told him that, because he asked her, who would you like to work with one day, who hasn't had their just due, and she said Corey Hardrick. That was the first name, and he called me and said he was a fan of my work. He watched some of my movies, and the role is mine if I want to do it, and that was the biggest blessing in my career, just to get a phone call from Tyler Perry, and he calls me with his voice, and he's like, Corey, hello, this is Tyler Perry, and I was blown away. So it was a surreal moment. I'm very grateful and blessed.
When you think about specifically enough an experience and an awesome opportunity like this, once you got to work on the set with Tyler, he's unlike anyone else. I think that you and I, as both creators and also people that try to step our game up to the highest level, when you meet someone like Tyler Perry, you understand what level you need to go to at one point in time if you want to have the success that Tyler's had. Wouldn't you agree from watching him work and see how he just puts it all together?
Oh yeah, his work ethic is unmatched. He's juggling so many things right now, but he's also personable with each and every one you come in contact with. They love that man, from craft service to everything, the grips, the crew, cast. He's very, very personable, and he has a heart of gold, and everyone loves him, and they love being in his environment. It's like a family reunion environment, everyone's happy, and that's like the recipe to do great product and quality stuff. And I was blown away when I went down to Atlanta and worked with him, and just seeing just the camaraderie and the joy on set. And yeah, it made it easier for me to do my best work. And that was exciting.
100%, because you think about specifically enough something, an experience like this, an opportunity like this, and you're like, this guy, I watched his documentary, and I guess you're telling me that's the truth of what you saw with Tyler. Let's talk about Divorce in the Black now. Talk about your character and the premise of the movie.
Yes, well, the premise of the film is, I mean, it's an emotional roller coaster of two different families on other sides of the tracks here. You got Megan Good's family, I mean, played by Ava, played by Megan Good. You have her family who's supportive of her going through a divorce, and my family is supporting me. I play the character Dallas, and even though I'm on, I'm not a good person at this time, coming from like having family trauma, not knowing how to, unpack that, and it carried over to my adulthood relationships. But my family's supportive of me, even though I'm in the wrong. They're not telling me that I'm, a wrong, which is not good when a family does that. But they're supportive, and we just clashed throughout the whole film. We're at odds, and it's an emotional roller coaster for real, but it's suspenseful, and yeah, it's really a great film. It's really entertaining as well, and yeah.
And that's the thing, and you really learn without giving it away that ultimately what divorce plays. It's a life changing thing, but sometimes it has to be done. And I think this movie shows that in a way that just certain people just shouldn't be married, but what happens through a divorce really changes family dynamics and everything, and it makes people understand, choose the right person before you get married. That's part of, I'm sure, that Tyler's showing in a lot of ways, but also showing what kind of pain can happen through a divorce to the other people, not just the two parties involved.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about, like I say, it's all about finding your joy and finding your happiness and doing what's best for you. And it's also about having another chance. We run out of second chances, and life's not over. So it's just like, yeah, you can go through a divorce, and you can go through certain things, but that doesn't, define the rest of your life. You're just beginning a new act, in another chapter, and you still have a long life to live, and everyone deserves that right to find their happiness and their joy. So at the end of the day, that's what it's about. And, Ava found her strength by leaving Dallas. And, because she was just after what she wanted, as far as happiness. And, he had that right to do that. So.
Yeah, and that's the key component right there. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
um
Yeah.
you gotta, the happiness, which we sometimes forget about talking about in life. We stay in a miserable situation, a miserable circumstance. I'm sure in your life you've had those times and you made the decision what's going to be best for you. And a lot of times we don't talk about our self-care, how we take care of ourselves so we can take care of others.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, you just have to, you have to put just one foot in front of the other, and walk with love and peace, and whatever gives you that peace and that joy and that happiness, you should definitely go towards that, because you'll be able to treat everyone better, and you can only treat people well if you're feeling well, and if you're happy, and that bleeds off into other relationships in your life, whether you have, children or, family members, it's definitely something that you have to work on self before you can work on helping others. And, like I say, it's all about the peace and happiness, and moving forward. And everyone just at the end of the day doing what's best for them. And, and it's all, and everything is just love. That's just how I move in life. I just move with love and peace.
What do you learn most about working on this film as an actor? What do you think you learned most?
What I learned most is work ethic, perseverance, and just never giving up. Because you never know when your time is going to be called. And you can just get that one phone call away, like a Tyler Perry. Who calls you, and because you never know how it's going to happen or when it's going to happen. Just know it will happen if you just keep the faith, and you stay in the race. And that's just what it's about. And I'm just very thankful every day, and I know God is truly real, and he definitely has his hand on me in my life, and I don't take that for granted. I just try to be still in the moment and listen that inner voice, and keep moving forward.
Is there any other projects going on, Corey, you can talk about that you have going as
Yeah,
well?
my TV show, All American Homecoming, it just premiered season 3 last night on the CW. You can watch that on the CW app. I play Coach Marcus Turner. And I have some films coming out at a later date. They just didn't have, I don't have the dates yet. And, I started my production company, and my first film goes next year in Chicago, so I'm excited about that. And it's just, I got some things in the works as well. So I'm looking forward to doing some great things.
Looks like you got that entrepreneur mindset, the production company as well. I'm sure you wanted to pick Tyler's brain for sure where you're going, but you're smart. You understand you can't just be one way, especially in this world today. You got to be multifaceted. You can't just be one trick pony, because then you're going to be sitting waiting for that phone to call. But if you're always constantly networking and being on different projects, the opportunities come. Okay. Tyler Perry's Divorce in the Black will be available on Prime Video on July 11th. We appreciate it. Thanks again, Corey. Appreciate you coming on.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
You too. All right. That was the special simulcast, the Neil Haley Show and the Dr. Christopher Hall Show. We want to thank Dr. Christopher Hall, Nobel Prize nominated doctor, best-selling author, and emergency room physician for sponsoring this program and also being a co-host on the Neil Haley Show.